So alright guys. We finally got to see Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 2 Episode 1. And the whole video is about the comparison between anime and manga. Let's see how many new scenes the anime team has added. It will be interesting. So before going into the video, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So, the full run time of this episode 1 is 23 minutes 30 seconds with brand new opening and ending. But, canonically speaking, however, there is actually just 20 minutes of manga adapted content. This episode is adapted from manga chapters 115 to 118, but doesn't adapt the whole of chapter 118. So the episode officially begins with Hanji, who saw the Levi thrown out of the explosion. But here, the anime has changed the scene a bit. When she sees Levi on the verge of death in the manga, she gets nervous and asks if Levi is alive. But in anime, this scene starts directly from its next page. When those people with Hanji try to shoot the Levi in the head, she will say that she saw something like this in a training accident. This line was removed in anime. However, this will not make a big difference. Next, the story shifts to the scene where Titan saves the Zeke. The scenes in it are adapted just like they were in manga. But in the manga, Zeke looks like he walking straight out of Titan's stomach. But in the anime, we got the original content of the anime. Zeke was shown falling from Titan's stomach and standing up. And this scene was funny. Manga does not show the full backside of the Zeke, as you can see in this picture. And while everyone was looking at Zeke in shock, the anime original cut also includes the scene where Hanji jumps into the river with Levi and escapes. In manga, it's just 2 panels. And the next scene, Emer Fritz will mold both legs of Zeke with soil in the manga. But in anime, only the right side of the leg was shown to be built. Also compared to the manga, in the anime we got a close-up shot of Emer's face. And they would have shown all of this when Zeke was in the atmosphere of the path. But here he says from the forest. The scenes next to it were all adapted just like they were in the manga. However, the perspective and some camera angles are different compared to the manga. It's not a big deal anyway. Also, chapter 115 ends entirely with this scene. If you think the next chapter is 116, it's wrong. Because chapter 116 is the last episode of Final Season Part 1. So they have already animated the whole episode. The episode starts again after the brand new opening. The first 1 minute and 40-second scenes of the opening are the same final scenes of last season. They did not make any change in it. After that, chapter 117 officially begins. You can see some anime exclusive content of the invasion of Marley army. Scenes like soldiers landing from a plane. In the manga, Gabi looks very nervous and looks at the face of the peak. In anime, Gabi says the peak name almost 3 times. Then Porco will cut off the hand of the peak in his Titan form. And the severed hand in the manga will fall straight to the ground. But here we can see Gabi holding the severed hand of the peak with her hand. Also, the peak will fall upside down from the top of the building. But we can see that in a slightly different angle to the manga. Then finally, the Founding Titan vs Jaw Titan fight starts. In the manga, the Jaw Titan tries to escape from the place first. But here he tries to fight and damages the hand of the Yaren's Titan. Gabi escaped from there by Cart Titan. You can see the change here. Gabi is about to enter the Cart Titan's mouth without making any noise. And Yaren will only notice it after Gabi escapes. But in anime, Yaren would have already noticed it. And Yaren will leave the building exactly like he was in the manga. And we can see the scene where the Yaren goes in the direction of the Reiner. And the anime exclusive content showing the Reiner taking off his glass and his scratched hand. And you can see many anime original cuts for it. Because in the manga, they don't fight in the scene where Yaren and Reiner face each other. But here we are. Yaren runs too fast and pushes Reiner into a building over there. That's where the fight officially started. You can also see the damage around it. This fight sequence was handled very well. The scenes between Gabi and Marley Commander also had some extra anime original cuts. In the anime, You can see Gabi getting scared when he sees him. And Falco's brother runs over and asks Gabi where Falco is. And look around to see where Falco is. We also see Cart Titan taking out the weapons they had hidden. Because in anime it's just 2 panels. But there we can see additional scenes where the soldiers are getting ready for the attack. Anime has added another interesting scene. In the manga, Gabi simply remembers Zeke's words and tells him. It didn't make much of an impact. But in anime, a close-up shot in the eye and she would say Zeke's words nervously. There was also the scene of the Cart Titan squeezing her chest. It was so funny. And when the Marley army starts attacking, no damage was done to where they were. But at the same time their place in the manga is already damaged. Then scene switches back to the fight scene Yaren vs Reiner. You can see exactly this page. Yaren stops the Reiner's attack and hits him hard in the face. But in the anime exclusive content this fight scene is expanded. Reiner will hit the Yaren almost exactly 14 times. When the Reiner tries to attack for the 15th time, we come to this page. Also the scene where Reiner's face is completely damaged. The anime will show it from a different camera angle. Once again, anime has added some nice details here. Jaw Titan will go very fast and attack Yaren. All of these scenes will be the same as they were in the manga. But Reiner suddenly grabs Yaren's face in the manga. But in the anime you can see Parco pushing from behind his back. That's where the Reiner grabs the Yaren's face. I really like this fight scene. And we can see the scenes where the Eldian soldiers come to the scene and help. Along with some original cuts of the anime. This is something special for Attack on Titan anime. The scene where Marley's army strikes Yaren's head from a distance is like it was in the manga. But with that attack, you can see the soldiers and the places around it being damaged. In manga it's not. And Yelena's reaction was better compared to the manga. Because in the anime, only her eyes were shown up close. It will be a long shot in the manga. Also Peak will say the whole line praising the commander. But at the same time she says just one word in the anime. Marley army soldiers will launch attacks from the sky and the ground at the same time. And the soldiers there will not have a chance to launch the next attack. But if we pay a little attention to the anime, we can find a little change. Marley army will start the attack a few seconds late from the sky. Then Jaw Titan will try to attack the Yaren again from behind. But don't know where it came from. We can see that scene in anime exclusive content for exactly 10 seconds in anime. Yaren when using Hammer Titan power. The Jaw Titan will escape from it. But we can clearly see in the anime. He lands on the roof of a house. Also when Marley Commander talking about the sacrifice of Willy Tybers in the manga. We can see the image appearing like a flashback. But anime completely deleted that scene. The scene shifts back to the Yaren vs Reiner fight scene. The Reiner will go to attack Yaren with the weapon. That comes out of the Hammer Titan's power. But where he got it from is not shown in the manga. But in anime, we can see it clearly. It's very cool to see additional scenes like this anime. We can better understand the situation. However, the camera angles are different in the anime. This is a full-page image. So they cannot animate like they're in manga full-time. And finally chapter 117 ends with this. But there are still 10 pages left in chapter 117. I think they will show it in episode 2. I don't want to talk about it. Because if the anime only fans watching this video, it will become a spoiler. So, chapter 118 starts next. But they don't show the first 7 pages. The episode starts directly from page 8. And Yonko-pan tells Jean everything that happens outside. At the same time you can see here that he is very tense. Also in the same shock he opens the lock of the prison with the key. And the lock falls to the ground. In the manga he will open normally. Then there is no change in the scenes between Connie and him. One thing we can notice is that the Connie grabs him by the neck and lifts him up because of the provocation of his anger. But this scene is not in the manga. Also the only change in this scene is that only different camera angles and anime original cuts are included. Everything else is just like it was in the manga. But two important things have been removed from this scene. One is that when Armin talks about Yelena's plan, there will be a small flashback between Yaren and her. They deleted that scene. Next, when Armin talking about rumbling, there is a photo of the colossal titan on the Shiganshina wall in the manga. But the anime deleted that scene completely. They even changed the dialogue. I don't know if they will use it again. However, this is an important scene in the manga. Their conversation is not over yet. I think it is likely to show in the next episode. And finally, the last 45-second scenes of the episode ends with anime exclusive contents. They show only 10 pages in chapter 118. And 117 still has 10 pages left. So I think they will cover everything in episode 2. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe, and good luck to all.